Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Comfort Level Podcast. I'm Madi, and I'm here with
Brandon.
Sam.
You guys ready to get back into these stories? I'm gonna be honest.
You know it.
I'm gonna be honest.
What?
It's pretty late here where we're filming, and I don't know if we can do 6 stories, but the goal will be 4 stories for one day.
9 stories.
One day, Sam.
We're gonna do 9 straight.
And that'll be the episode that you edit.
Yeah, you edit, you watch, and do all the social media for.
I can't wait.
Perfect.
I can't wait.
Guys, I think allergies are starting to whoop my tail right now, bro. This is not good. But we gonna beat it though, because we locked in.
I thought we already talked about this.
We talked about my allergies.
Isn't it weird that I'm the only one who hasn't felt sick, and I'm the furthest away from the plant? That's what's weird to me.
Again.
So you guys say that it's a fake plant.
Do you want to sit next to the plant?
No, because then I'll end up like you guys, a shell of yourself.
Fake plant.
I'm not a shell of myself.
You're a shell of yourself.
I'm 100% me whenever, even when I'm not feeling good.
I thought you were about to start rhyming. Yes.
I've been away from the soundboard for a few weeks. So I was
Yes.
like, which button is it?
Oh, no.
All right. So story number 1. Am I the asshole for not attending my graduation party and telling everyone why when they asked?
No.
No, I hate graduation parties. I wouldn't go to mine either.
Your own. Okay.
Why would I want to go? You know?
I mean, yes, because.
I hate things related to graduations, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I feel that because, we recently graduated.
Oh, congratulations! Yes!
And
College graduates?
people kept asking me like, yo, when's the ceremony? I was like, why do you care? And they're like, what if I wanted to go? I'm like, why would you want to go to a ceremony? You're literally going to waste so much time just to sit there and watch me walk across the stage.
One person.
In
3 hours.
I'm like, just come to the grad party. If you want to support me, just go to the grad party. That's it.
So you a real one.
But this is the grad party, and you guys are saying you wouldn't go to your own grad party?
I would go to my grad party, but I'm saying he's not the a-hole for
that. But Sam's saying, don't come to my graduation. Don't even come to my grad party.
Right. Anything that happened was because other people forced it. All the things like senior pictures. I didn't care. I don't want senior pictures. My mom forced it. I'm like, well, spend your money then. And she did. But I hated it.
Do you still hate it now?
Senior pictures?
Yeah. Do you ever look back and be like, look at that sharp young man?
Yeah.
I've never looked back at him.
Look back at him and then...
I'll look back at it.
Hey.
But I've never looked back at the pictures.
Okay. That's a weird page to be on.
But we're here.
Yeah.
Let's turn the page to the story. What do you think about that?
Okay, that was great.
That was good. I love that. I love that.
You're like 2 for 2 not 2 for... Yeah, 2 for 2 episodes so far.
Well, let's see how these next transitions
Well, yeah,
go,
don't say 2 for 2 because it is my mission this episode to ruin transitions.
Wow. Am I the asshole for not attending my graduation party and telling everyone why when they asked? My family has not celebrated anything to do with me since I was 12 years old. My dad and his new wife had a baby this year, and I was kind of forgotten about. I would get birthday presents and such, but no party or anything. I got used to it and started a tradition of celebrating with my friends. We would go see movies or whatever. One of my mom's friends found out and started making me a cake every year for my birthday. When I graduated from high school, I saved up enough money to go on a week-long trip in New York City with my best friend and her mom to see Hadestown. I just finished university and I'm starting a new job right away. I guess my dad had planned a big party for me as a surprise, but I didn't show up because I went out with my friends instead. When my family started asking why I didn't show up after my father had gone through all the effort for me, I explained that he hadn't celebrated anything of mine in 10 years, and I didn't know he had planned to do anything this time. He told everyone that I was lying, so I asked him to post any pictures he had from my birthday parties, extracurricular activities, or even high school graduation. He obviously couldn't, and everyone started shitting on him. Now he is mad for talking about private family matters. I'm just going to go over there and pick up a few things I have left at their house and just move to my new city without dealing with this anymore. Am I the asshole?
How can the dad say you're lying? Like, why would he put himself on that? Like, the kid would be like, yeah, I am lying. Like, the kid would just back down. Like, oh, yeah, I was lying. Like, no, show the receipts, Dad. That's crazy that he said you're lying.
Yeah.
And didn't have any way
Had no proof, nothing to stand on. At least have one thing.
Yeah, this was his only, like, you're lying. He's like, yeah,
where are my baby pictures, Dad? Yeah. I threw this grad party for you. That's not me, Dad. That's not me. Just a random ploy, just a random decoy person. Mm-hmm. It's like a cutout. He's just like, oh yeah, we did this. See, look,
celebrating you.
Photo shots.
So did the dad not tell them about the party?
So apparently it was a surprise, and they just went out with their friends because they didn't know they had anything to do that night.
Wait, how do you surprise someone if you don't have someone to get them to the surprise?
See, you could tell he hasn't done anything in 10 years, so he just wasn't thinking about it. He was like, they'll come home.
I'll make the surprise party, then they'll just come. They think just people just wait at surprise parties like forever. They're like, they'll be here soon.
Doo-doo-doo.
It's not even their house either. It's just like at a friend's house. And they're like,
is that a venue?
Yeah. Why aren't they here?
No, it's one of those like actual surprises where like the lights are out. People are like sitting around and they're just like, oh, don't worry. They're coming. They're coming.
Have you guys ever had a surprise party?
Yeah.
I had a surprise party, but it was like I found out about it before. Well, actually, let me just say about OP. I'm sorry that your dad sucks, and that the moment that he had a kid with his new wife, I think that's like their half sibling or whatever. Mm-hmm. But the moment that your dad had like a child with another woman, like, you're kind of forgotten about. I think that's horrible, and you're definitely not the asshole.
Yeah. For
that situation. Now the surprise party, it was like my 16th or 12th.
Wildly different ages.
Yeah. I think it was my 16th. It was a surprise party. Yeah, it was my 15th. And I found out about it because my mom picked me up from school and she left one of the invitations like on the middle between the front and passenger seat. And so I look at it, I'm like, surprise party for Maddie, huh? And she's like, she just has like a sigh, like, well.
Mama G, what are you doing?
And so it was funny because I think this was
why did she have was it that day or was it?
No, it was probably like that weekend.
I was like, why does she have the invitations that day? She forgets.
But it was funny because everybody else thought it was still a surprise party. So I think this was at a point where I knew Brandon because he was one of the first people to arrive. And so he comes up to the door, but I answer the door and I'm like, hey. And he's like, and you could tell he was like, I don't know how to address you because I don't know if you know. And I'm like, oh, it's cool, I know. And he's like, oh, okay. Happy birthday.
Wait, you were at the house?
I was at the house. I greeted them.
Why?
Because it started at my house. And then we were going to drive everybody to like a trampoline park.
I know, but how was it a surprise party if you were always there?
Well, so I found the flyer beforehand. So once I found the flyer, my mom just told me what we were going to do.
Oh, your mom, okay. That's what I'm like.
Because I was like, I see there's a party for me. What's happening? And so when
I thought you didn't say anything.
No, I was like, Mom, what's this? You know me. I love to, we called me nosy last week for a reason, okay? I love to find out some good tea, even if it's about my own surprise party.
I just like the idea that Mama G didn't understand what a surprise party was. And she just has you greeting people at the door.
She just hands me the flyer.
Why are all these people coming in here, Mom?
Yeah.
I forgot about that because now I remember going to that trampoline party. It was a great party.
It was really fun.
It was a great one. It was, but holy, oh wow! Because I think at that time, see, I've discovered I have a new toxic trait that I believe that I can get anywhere in 10 minutes. Regardless of the place. But during that time, I was always either painfully early or like right on time. There was no in between. I was either early or on time. Like if you said be there at 6 o'clock, I was walking to the door at 5:59 just to get there right at 6. Mm-hmm. So I remember getting the invitation. I was like, all right, cool. Pull up, and you're there. And I said, okay, Brandon, play it cool. All right, we gotta figure out something. You can't just panic. Because she'll know if you're like, I just was in the neighborhood. You don't drive. How are you in that neighborhood?
Your dad dropped you off.
My dad's gone. That was the worst part too. My dad would drop me off places and just
Don't even
leave.
look.
Wouldn't even see if I made it to the door or inside.
He
of
drives
the
off. You're getting kidnapped as he drives off.
That would be it. That would be me.
Be home at 9.
I turn around. I'm like, Dad's gone.
My dad was in the neighborhood.
And she's like, I know, Brandon. I know. And I said, oh, thank God. Okay. Happy birthday. Woo. That 10 seconds of anxiety, and you were just watching me just go through it.
Oh yeah, I was watching. I was looking at it.
It was
like,
painful.
But you guys
Hey,
had fun
Brandon.
at the park, trampoline park?
Yeah, it was really
It was
fun.
great.
Just kind of funny that I didn't even get an invite. So
I think I was scared of you then. I don't think I knew you then.
I like jumping. Maybe this is how we could have started our friendship.
Well, okay, you guys are fighting, but I have a story to tell you. So this guy's dad, it's a little personal. I don't know why I'm doing this on the podcast.
Okay.
My uncle is similar to this guy's dad.
Oh.
Just kidding. The next story is about uncles.
Oh! No, I knew she was doing it, but I didn't know how to stop it. Like, it makes no sense. She's a monster.
That was great.
I was like, I have to switch it up because
No.
Sam literally said, but I'm just over here like, uncle.
I think the crazy thing is though, I was trying to decipher it, and I was like, she's just gonna sing, and then it's just gonna segue into it. She's like, and that's what our next story is about.
Yes.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
Sam.
you do musical interludes? Yeah. I can't stop that.
I was like, Sam's never gonna catch it. And I'm like, oh, and I was like, oh, she was just singing.
Yeah. I really like Sam's rendition of the song. Anyway, so am I the asshole for recording my uncle's drink request?
No, you need to remember it so you can do it next time.
Yeah.
I'm on their side. That's thoughtful.
Yeah, I know.
I wish
Okay.
someone would record my Taco Bell order.
That's love.
And then
That
you just
is
read
love.
it back when you're in the bathroom like 3 hours later. You're like, this is what got me.
I'm reading it back?
Yeah, because you're just like looking as you're like crying. You're just like looking at what the order did that like destroyed your stomach.
Taco Bell don't do that to your boy. I
You're
got
like,
an
it
iron
was-
stomach.
You got a stomach of Teflon then. Ain't no way Taco Bell not
Taco
messing your
Bell
stomach.
don't mess with me like that.
Because you're just like, it was the 4th crunch wrap. I should have.
No, I think I've finally gotten that where I'm like, I used to do that Taco Bell all the time. You just get one too many things.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I thought I was hungry. And you're like, I'm so hungry. And you get one too many things and you're just looking at it. You got a half-eaten bean burrito. And you're like, this can't reheat. I have to throw this away.
If you're reheating Taco Bell, you are a menace to
You
society.
are bad.
Menace is not even a word.
Yeah.
That,
That's sad, actually. I'm sad for you if you're reheating Taco Bell.
no way.
Just buy more Taco Bell.
Am I the asshole for recording my uncle's drink request? My uncle thinks it's funny to get me to run back and forth between the pool and the kitchen getting him drinks. He will say he wants a Coke, then claim he asked for a beer, then ask where his Coke is. He usually blames it on us damn millennials always being on our phones and not paying attention, and for whatever reason, my parents don't tell him to piss off. It started getting old a long time ago, and I usually dealt with it by making myself scarce when he's over. He was visiting over Memorial Day, and he caught me, and he asked for a Coke, so I brought him a Coke. And then he asked for a beer, so I pulled out my phone and played the video I had recorded of him asking for a Coke. Like most of us damn millennials, I was on my phone when he asked, and I knew what was coming, so I recorded his request. He asked me for a beer because that's what he really wanted, so I told him I would be happy to get him a beer after he finished his drink, because unlike his boomer generation, I don't waste stuff for the fun of it.
Oh!
He got huffy because he was just joking around. Next time he asked me for a drink, my phone was in my pocket, so I pulled it out and said, I don't remember what you asked for. Could you please repeat yourself? He said that he would just get his own drinks, and I told him that that was a great idea. My parents thought I was being rude to a guest who was my elder, and I thought I was just making sure that he got what he asked for. Am I the asshole?
Rude to a guest. You an uncle. You
Yeah,
family.
uncles are not guests.
You are not guests. Sam is not a guest here.
Yeah, I get treated like crap here.
Yeah, he does.
Every time I come.
Justice for Sam.
That's love, though. That's family.
That's love. That's family.
Actually, my uncle did just let me use his bathroom, so that was dope. That's the nicest anyone's been to me in this house.
Yeah, I pushed him down the stairs earlier.
Yeah, it hurt. But I bounced right back up.
Yeah, because that's family.
But I did fall down again because I think I just sprained an ankle. But it's fine.
That's why it's covered.
Hey,
that's why it's covered. He sprained his ankle. Yes, he did. Psych.
My ankle really hurts.
It's not from falling down the stairs.
It is.
But nah, that's, there's very few stories where I'm like, the pettiness is just enough. And this is that story. The pettiness is just enough. It's like Vicks popcorn, just salted enough. And I'm like, that's exactly what.
Yes.
And it's just like, man, you just got that thrown back in your face, old man. Millennials always on their phone because maybe it's useful.
Right.
And you learn the hard way.
They're on the phones a little too much. I do agree with them. I think sometimes they're on the phone a little bit too much.
Who?
Millennials. And Gen Zers.
You want to say that again? No.
But I'm like, I'm totally on their side because that uncle's been doing that joke for years probably. And he's like, it's so funny I say the wrong thing. I think it's pretty clear you're not the asshole.
Yeah. It was kind of traumatic for me because he ends up talking about, in an edit, he just says like a line where he's like, he's actually a millennial and I'm technically Gen Z. Yes, it is culture as to why I'm expected to fetch him food and drinks. And I feel like that's like a lot of people's culture, like even in my culture when it comes to like my grandma. But there was one day I remember I was like in her kitchen, like cleaning up, which that isn't necessarily a problem. It's just the fact where she like asked me to, get her a million different things after I got her a million different things before.
Yeah.
That's just really it, where it's like like this guy, you're constantly being asked to get stuff when, yes, I can do it for you if I'm there, but otherwise if I'm all the way across the room, why are you asking me to do it when you could get it yourself? But I also get when it's like literally your grandma and she's at your house, like, yeah, you're supposed to cater to her, but my grandma, she takes advantage of that.
You don't think when we get old, we're going to be like, all right, go give me that carrot.
Yeah.
I'm definitely doing that.
And I apologize, Grandma, for that story.
Yeah, we're sorry, Grandma.
Sorry.
You got to be crafty. Old people are crafty.
Yeah. So they wait until you get up to go to the bathroom, and then they're like, hey, could you hand me something when you come back before we watch Wheel of Fortune again? Before we watch something on the Weather Channel. But the Weather Channel is interesting.
No,
and
the
that's all
Weather
I'll say
Channel
about that.
low-key is like one of the best channels.
It's good.
The programming is out of this world.
Storm Chasers, good.
Like the romantic comedy Netflix movies, love them. They're all bad. The stories are bad, but they're so funny and they're fun. And I like a little bit of romance. Sue me.
What is the latest Netflix movie that's come up that's been good? Like romantic movie?
Romantic comedy? They don't make good romantic comedies. They make Hallmark style, but they are good.
I don't like romantic comedies because I feel like in romantic comedies, there's always, so there's the main lead, right? Then there's the main interest.
The romantic interest,
Yeah, the other main interest. And then there's someone that's just randomly like spiteful.
And that's the topic of our next story.
What? Did you join her in this? How did you... How did this happen?
It was smooth, though. It was smooth. He was in on it. He was like, oh, I'm ready to hear.
Well, because I was starting to talk about it, but then I saw Maddie's face, like, thinking hard. She wasn't saying anything and being quiet. I'm like, so I was ready for her. But then you... What is it? How did... Did she text you?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I said, bring up something about being spiteful.
And I was like, perfect segue.
Oh my gosh.
Romantic comedies.
I'm like, I know Sam is watching my every move right
Because
now.
you were so quiet and you weren't saying, and your face was like deep in thought. I'm like, she's coming up with something right now. If I keep up this romantic comedy thing, I'll be, whatever she says, I'm ready. So, oh my God.
So,
pranked.
That is good. That is good.
am I the asshole for reporting my friend to his work and getting him fired because he refused to give my books back?
Yes. Absolutely you are. Your friend?
Yeah.
Give me my books back. You
Or
took
you're
my
losing
Harry
your
Potter
job,
series.
buddy.
No way.
I got half my Harry Potter series. Give it back or I'll get you fired.
I need Prisoner of Azkaban. That's what I'm on now.
I'm rereading it. How many times you reread it?
I'm not going to listen to my Audible book. I need...
Skip it.
No, it's the best
Skip
one.
it.
And that's his college books.
Yeah.
That's different. 'Cause
Oh yeah, college books.
if you written it too, woo.
I need to hear what these books are, but right now you sounding really like an asshole. That's,
Okay.
That's one of the pettiest titles I've ever.
It's a great
Yeah,
title.
got you fired.
Okay. Am I the asshole for reporting my friend to his work and getting him fired because he refused to give my books back? I, 27 female, recently had some friends over at my house for my birthday. I have a book collection with some signed books by relatively famous authors. They're not behind a locked shelf or anything, but they're in my room. After they left, I noticed that a few of the books were gone, and somebody mentioned that Jay, 28 male, claimed that I let him borrow the books. I called Jay and yelled at him about lying and stealing my books. He tried to explain that he was taking them to his work/bookstore to get them officially appraised, and it was supposed to be a surprise gift. I chewed him out and asked him how that's considered a gift, and I wanted the books back. He refused. I told him that I would be calling the cops to his work if he doesn't, and he still refused to bring them back. I immediately called the cops to follow a police report and waited until the morning to call his work. I gave them all the details, including the case number, and said that I'll be coming in with an officer to get my books back from Jay that day. His work cooperated with me and promptly fired Jay after I got my books back. Jay claims that I went too far over a few books and demands that I give him money until he finds another job. Am I the asshole? No.
Jay, crazy.
Oh.
That's your friend? No way that's a... She said Jay. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
how is that a friend?
How is that a friend? Because they can't be close. Because I feel like even if, like, one of you guys did that to me, I wouldn't call the cops.
Well, especially if it's in the family.
Yeah, the next day.
Well, if you keep it in the family, it's like it stays in the family.
Yeah, you're scamming your family.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
always
that's
scam
fine.
family.
That's fine.
But if I did it, it's like,
Jay's crazy. A gift to appraise the... What do you mean? Did I say I want... Like, do I want to sell it? I have the book. That's the gifts.
I think the funniest part though is that he just refused to give them back.
He's like, no.
Nah.
he's like, yeah, no. Oh, you don't like the idea that I had for you? Yeah, no. You
Not
can't
giving
have them
it
back. I feel like I haven't really had much to say about any of these stories because they're all clearly like one way or another. It's not really a lot to debate. It's like, yeah, no, Jay is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would make me... The way that Sam is looking at me right now... I'm just talking,
Okay.
Sam.
Yeah, talk. Talk about the story.
The
You
way...
know the real reason why you're not talking so much, Maddie?
Why?
Because you're spending the entire story trying to think of a next segue to the next story.
That's what the next story is about, segues. I'm just kidding. But I think that this would really make me lose trust in having my friends over, like for a really long time, just having anybody in my house, or I would like have that room locked off.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's getting me. He just said no. Like you don't have a choice in this. Like you took someone else's
It's mine.
belongings. How are you just gonna tell me no? It's my stuff. And then get mad when the cops get called? Bro, you stole. That is your fault. No
It's
one,
like taking someone's TV and they're like, why'd you take my TV? They're like, I was just trying to see how much you would get if you returned it. And they're like, well, I don't want that. And they're like, no. And then you're like, no. Just your mind, you would like explode. You're like, what did you say?
This next story actually comes from our Reddit page, r/comfort
Whoa,
level pod.
Hey.
let's go.
Am I-
Keep them coming.
Yeah.
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 Am I the asshole for kicking my father out of my graduation banquet?
Daddy was drunk. I feel like Dad was drunk.
Okay, let me explain. I, 18
Oh.
male, with my mom, 52 female, and my dad, 56 male, who are both technically divorced, went to my graduation at 8 in the morning. So let me fast forward a little bit. I got my grad certificate. After that, I sat down to wait for the ceremony to be over. I was the first group in the line, so it took a while.
Oh my God.
After that, I was sitting there. I was worrying about my dad doing something foolish. A little bit of background. My dad is a really big drunk and a liar. And now after reading this, bet you're wondering why I chose to invite him is because I thought it was only fair because, you know, he's my dad. Anyway, after the ceremony, I saw him outside and he was strange when I saw him, but he wasn't drunk after the ceremony. There was a break between the ceremony and the banquet. Then an hour after the banquet started, he shows up drunk. Some more details. I'm sitting in the middle of my parents and he's talking all kind of nonsense and there's some random people sitting at the same table. So I take him outside and I talk to him and tell him that he's being crazy and tell him to put this off and that he's being selfish and embarrassing. So then he snaps at me, practically tells me to go F myself. And here's another thing. We're still in a public area, so he couldn't make a scene, but that just backfired because by the time he left, people were staring and feeling sorry and tried to go back and have a good time, but it was just completely ruined. I have never been this heartbroken before. I thought I was used to him disappointing me. Today I cut him off and told him to not contact me anymore, and yesterday was the last straw, and I'm done with his BS, and now I'm starting to feel guilty because of post-anger clarity. So am I the asshole?
You're not the asshole.
You're not the asshole, and
You're just dealing with an alcoholic father who has a disease. He makes poor choices because of that disease.
yes.
And I think you had your breaking point. It's not your job to take care of your dad or to be responsible for something when he's ruining what should be a happy event, even if it's boring. Because all graduations are boring, and I've always said that. And I probably would need a drink or two to get through it. But he shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
That was your big day.
Mm-hmm. The dad reminds me of Frank from Shameless.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Missed that. Woo! Haven't seen it. Heard of the show. Haven't seen
Wait,
it.
you've never seen Shameless?
Mm-mm.
You should be ashamed to even have said that.
Next story.
Next story. Shame, is it cool or is it bad?
Do you have the story?
I think I have because she's incepting my mind to lead me into segue. I don't know how she's gotten this powerful. I hate this. You're so in my head, Maddie.
Yeah. What were we going to say, though, Reddit?
That's it.
Yeah.
I was probably going to say something else, but it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe as of right now, cutting contact might be the best thing because, you know, like Sam said, you can't really control this person. And this just kind of reminds me of something that I've dealt with in life. Just dealing with somebody that struggles with alcoholism. It sucks because there's nothing really that you're going to do that's just going to trigger it. It's just something that they're constantly going through. So you're going to catch them at their good times and you're going to catch them at their bad times. And I think kind of the best thing for you to do, like you're doing, is just to not be around them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really piggyback off of your advice, Sam, and what you said. It's a tough situation. I'm sorry that your graduation banquet kind of turned into that and that you had to kick your dad out. I think that's just a really tough situation that you're in, but you probably made the best decision overall just to kind of let him go home and cool off.
Yeah.
Um,
I think what I want to know, if you could respond, comment, get back to us. What was on the menu for the banquet? What are we talking about? Chicken rice, squash.
don't tell us it was like spaghetti.
Yeah.
You guys remember?
Wait, what's wrong with
those-
spaghetti? Like spaghetti dinners, like the spaghetti.
Like for team fundraisers where they would just make a ton of spaghetti.
Yeah.
I think that just traumatized me because it was like the random store bought sauce and just a ton of not enough sauce for how much noodles there is. That's the problem. I am a saucy gal, and when it comes to
I've always said that,
pasta,
yeah.
I don't
Sauce
want to
it
be
up.
tasting that noodle.
Sauce it up.
Yeah.
Sauce it up.
Hey,
Too much.
hey.
Sauce it up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wait, I remember what I was gonna say. It sucks that he had to be the adult for the adult in that situation. But yeah, man, I feel bad for him too, because it's like, you shouldn't have to do that type of stuff on a day where you're just supposed to be celebrating you.
Yeah.
I would say host a re-graduation party.
No, don't put yourself through more pain.
No. Hear me out. You just go somewhere. They handle the food. Everybody pay for themselves, and you celebrate you.
But then everybody gets drunk because they have to go to a second graduation party, so it's worse. Everyone's just like, ugh, you made me go to another one?
They're like, all right, well then give me back my card where I gave you $50.
Exactly.
And then I'll re-give you the card.
Yeah, because you expect another gift. Is this like some grift from you to get 2 graduation gifts?
Hey, man, graduation's a Ponzi scheme.
No, it is.
You expressed feeling some guilt. I don't feel guilty for their actions and you just having to like separate them from the situation so it doesn't completely ruin your night. You're definitely not the asshole for what happened, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that. But congratulations for graduating.
Yeah.
Yeah, join the club, man. Woo!
Woo!
Hey!
Graduates!
Congrats to you, and this is a toast to your future endeavors, however you see fit.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Edit in video of us
Alcohol.
holding- Yeah, alcohol.
I mean, apple
sparkling
juice.
cider.
Well, thank you so much for coming to the Comfort Level podcast. Cheers to you, friends.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I'll keep this up here. Anyway, thanks so much for coming to the Comfort Level
Congrats, OP.
podcast. And we'll see you guys next week. Cheers.